Hi, my friends. We continue our playlist. Let's translate. Мы чувствуем себя уставшими. We feel tired. We feel tired. Чего он стыдится? What is he ashamed of? What is he ashamed of? Мой результат не блестящий. My result isn't brilliant. Но я не унываю. But I don't give up. My result isn't brilliant, but I don't give up. Я не чувствую себя уставшим. I don't feel tired. Я полон энергии. I am full of energy. I don't feel tired. I am full of energy. Разве ты не удовлетворен своими результатами? Aren't you satisfied with your results? Aren't you satisfied with your results? Не так легко сделать это. It isn't so easy to do it. It isn't so easy to do it. Это долгосрочный контракт. It's a long-term contract. It's a long-term contract. Разве он не женат на ней? Isn't he married? На ней. To her. Isn't he married to her? Почему ты боишься этого? Why are you afraid of it? Why are you afraid of it? Она такая одинокая. She is so lonely. She's so lonely. И здесь же скажем, она очень одинокая женщина. She is a very lonely woman. She is a very lonely woman. We feel tired. What is he ashamed of? My result isn't brilliant, but I don't give up. I don't feel tired. I am full of energy. Aren't you satisfied with your results? It isn't so easy to do it. It's a long-term contract. Isn't he married to her? Why are you afraid of it? She is so lonely. She is a very lonely woman. Я вижу, ты истощен. I see you're exhausted. I see you're exhausted. Сумка не тяжелая. The bag isn't heavy. Она легкая. It's light. The bag isn't heavy. It's light. Они виновны. They're guilty. They're guilty. Это стоит увидеть. It's worth seeing. It's worth seeing. Далее скажем с помощью отрицания. Этот вывод нелогичный. This conclusion isn't logical. This conclusion isn't logical. Or this conclusion is illogical. This conclusion is illogical. Это выглядит вполне реалистично. It looks quite realistic. It looks quite realistic. Я абсолютно уверен, что это правильный метод. Я абсолютно уверен, что. I'm absolutely sure that, or I'm absolutely certain that. Absolutely certain or absolutely sure that. Это правильный метод. It's the right method. I'm absolutely certain that it's the right method. I'm absolutely sure that it's the right method. Его прогресс недостаточно большой. His progress isn't big enough. His progress isn't big enough. У меня постоянная работа. I have a permanent job. I have a permanent job. Далее вопрос. Разве это неплохо? Isn't it bad? Isn't it bad? I see you're exhausted. The bag isn't heavy. It's light. They're guilty. It's worth seeing. This conclusion isn't logical. This conclusion is illogical. It looks quite realistic. I'm absolutely certain that is the right method. Or I'm absolutely sure that is the right method. His progress isn't big enough. I have a permanent job. Isn't it bad? Они очень гостеприимные. They're very hospitable. They're very hospitable. Это вполне реалистично. It's quite realistic. It's quite realistic. Какое противоположное слово? What's the opposite word? What's the opposite word? Почему ты так удивлен этими новостями? Почему ты так удивлен? Why are you so surprised? Этими новостями. By this news. Why are you so surprised by this news? Разве это не абсурдное решение? Isn't it a ridiculous decision? Isn't it a ridiculous decision? Он водит неосторожно. He drives carelessly. He drives carelessly. Далее скажем с помощью отрицания. Это нелогично. It isn't logical. Or it's illogical. It isn't logical. It's illogical. Маловероятно, что она заметит это. She is unlikely to notice it. She is unlikely to notice it. Это на противоположной стороне. It's on the opposite side. Я надеюсь, ты помнишь это. I hope you remember it. It's on the opposite side. I hope you remember it. Я привык изучать английский каждый день. Я привык. I'm used to, or I'm accustomed to, изучать английский каждый день. To learn English every day. I'm used to learn English every day, or I'm accustomed to learn English every day. They're very hospitable. It's quite realistic. What's the opposite word? Why are you so surprised by this news? Isn't it a ridiculous decision? He drives carelessly. It isn't logical. It's illogical. She's unlikely to notice it. It's on the opposite side. I hope you remember it. I'm used to learning English every day. Or I'm accustomed to learning English every day. Горы такие высокие. The mountains are so high. The mountains are so high. Мальчик высокий. The boy is tall. The boy is tall. Этот вывод вполне логичный. This conclusion is quite logical. This conclusion is quite logical. Я чувствую уверенность. I feel confidence. I feel confidence. Он водит осторожно. He drives carefully. He drives carefully. The mountains are so high. The boy is tall. This conclusion is quite logical. I feel confidence. He drives carefully. My friends, thank you. We continue our playlist.